Alright, yes, welcome back to another review. This time we have a mouse review, and this is a very special mouse. At least to me, this is the CRDRAKO KO-ONE. Now, a bit of a backstory. I remember when this mouse first got teased on socials, I was super excited. And then I never got it. And I waited months, and I heard so much hype around this mouse, so I eventually did get it, and I'm so happy I did, because this mouse is incredible. So here's the box. We did a quick unboxing. But as you can see here, this is the CRDRAKO KO-ONE, so let's get into the review. So let's start with the most important thing in my opinion, which is the shape, and the shape is what got me to buy this mouse in the first place. It's a very small mouse, very light mouse, but people call it like an OP1 clone or something like that, very similar to OP1. In my opinion, that's just kind of not the case. The thing that makes it an OP1 similar, right, is the narrow front. So you can see here on the mouse, you get this narrowing at the front here, and that is what's similar to the OP1, this narrowing at the front. But actually what makes this completely different is more towards the back and the center of the mouse. So the KO-ONE actually has a much wider back, and it's actually very similar to something like the Pulsar X2H or the X2H Mini, but not as aggressive, and it doesn't come at you as much as the X2H does, but it definitely fills my palm. And it's like the X2H with a bulb sort of back. You can see here it curves out very nicely and it fills my palm. So this makes such a good combination of the narrow front with the slight curvature and rounder back hump. It feels so stable. Even though it's a super small mouse, I've been using this much larger mouse like the Lamzumaya X, but this just fits my hand and fits my grip style very, very nicely. So if that sounds like a shape you like, I do recommend it. The shape really does work for me. I don't think it's going to be for everyone, certainly not, but it's very good and a unique shape at that. The coating, I've got the purple mouse here. I'm not sure if the coating differs on other mice, but it's pretty good coating and quite grippy. One thing I do say is it can show marks and dirt up kind of easily, but that's fine, just clean your mouse, you know what I mean? But very grippy in use. So the thing that really surprised me at this mouse is just how light it felt. This thing with dot skates on, my unit is around 36 grams. So that's extremely light in my opinion. Very, very nice. I aim so well with this, and I feel myself using lower tension levels when I'm actually aiming with this. Smaller, more wrist movements and something like control tracking or even just a micro adjustment feel very, very nice on this mouse. So let's get into something else that is amazing about this mouse, and that is the main clicks. The switches on this mouse are incredible. They use Huano custom switches with the new fast technology. They're mechanical switches, and they are super spammable, and they have this like crispy feeling, which is really nice to use. I do like mechanical switches, but I have been maining opticals for like the past year. They've been very good, but these switches immediately felt so good to me. They're mechanical and they're insanely fast with the low latency. They're very good. The other buttons, like the side buttons and the scroll wheel, we'll start with the scroll wheel. It's okay. It's nothing like amazing, but it's not bad. I can feel the steps. It's spammable, it's fine. The side buttons, not so much. They're rather small in my opinion. I prefer larger side buttons, and they just feel okay. Nothing amazing. So overall build quality feels very good and solid. I would say it feels rather thin, and I think this might be due to like them cutting down weight, but honestly there's no impact on me in game. I am not death gripping this thing. I am not trying to put holes in it while playing. Like when I'm playing, it's very nice, relaxed. I don't feel a thing. The build quality feels very good to me. The overall sensor position as well is good, no complaints. You can see here the sensor is actually roughly in the middle of the side buttons of the mouse here, which is, I'm okay with it. I think that's very good. It's like a neutral position, which I think just works. Now, one of the things I saw online and in other reviews was the battery life, and this caused a bit of controversy. But I don't have many complaints about the battery life at all. Um, a lot of people said it's terrible and they hate it, but for me, I genuinely don't have any issue with the battery life. Like, I've been using this thing on mainly 2K but also 4K with the full speed settings on, and I have had no issues during my daily sessions. Now, I do normally have the mouse plugged in at least once a day when I'm just chilling in the morning or doing some extra work later, so I never have the issue with this thing dropping below roughly 50% of its full battery. Like, I never have any issues. Now, this might be an issue if you constantly have it wireless and you constantly are using it all day, then you probably will have some more issues. But for me personally, in my use case, the battery is completely fine and I had no issues with that. Now, one of the more unique things about this mouse was the dongle, so I'm going to bring it up here. I don't know if it will show you nicely here, but the dongle is very big, but also has some really cool features. You can see here it has the battery, the DPI, the polling rate, the motion sync, speed click, and CE mode. It tells you all of this information. And I actually didn't realize how much I liked this until I went back to use another mouse and test other mice. It's so natural now for me to look over to my dongle and see the battery, see what I'm using. And I actually missed that when I went to test other mice. So this dongle is actually really useful and I love it a lot. So overall, how do I feel about the CRDRAKO KO-ONE? I am super impressed with this. This is a first release, by the way. This is amazing for a first release. I love the shape, I love the mouse. The clicks are incredible too. I love the custom switches they used. I love the technology in the mouse. The speed and the latency is really, really good. Now, the only thing, what could they work on? I think the side buttons, they could be improved. And again, I didn't have issues, but other people had issues with the battery life. So watch out for that if you're thinking about getting this mouse and you use your mouse for longer sessions than me. But I am really interested in what CRDRAKO do next, because as I said, this was their first release. So are they going to release some more shapes, different mice? If they release more shapes with a similar 36 grams-ish weight profile, I will be checking them out because I loved it. But thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed.